unpopular opinion. Posting to social media every day will not grow your business. In fact, it is one giant waste of time, especially when you're just starting out. In this episode of Biz Booze, I'm breaking down why posting to social media every day is a giant waste of time and what you should be doing instead in order to successfully gain exposure for your business. And don't worry, it is also free. So grab yourself a drink. It's time to think. I'm Laura Marks, and this is Biz Booze, a weekly happy hour to help women across the globe start and grow your dream businesses. So if you're into that kind of thing, drinking while you're thinking, then I'd love for you to subscribe so you can join our fun-loving bunch of female entrepreneurs. I am extra excited about this episode because this is one of those things that goes against a common belief of the vast majority of entrepreneurs and goes against what many of the experts out there are telling you to do. But before we get into why and what you should do instead, let's talk about the booze, shall we? Today, I am sipping on some red wine. It actually is a bottle that has been open for quite some time in my kitchen, and I spot about 6 fruit flies. So I'm not quite sure how much of this I'm going to drink, but I will be having some. Protein. All right, here's the truth. When you are just starting out or you're a new entrepreneur that doesn't yet have consistent income coming in the door for your business, one of the things that's often prioritized is social media. The perception is that in order to gain exposure as a business and get in front of new prospects is to get on all of the top social media channels and post regularly, often daily. First of all, you shouldn't be jumping into all the top social media channels. You should be picking one social media channel to focus on. If you try to do this across all of these channels on your own, or even with a team member or two, odds are you're not going to get very far because you're going to be spread too thin. Your success in social media depends on your ability to pick and focus on the one that makes the most sense for you and your business and your audience. You should not be posting shit to all of them. Focus on one. Second of all, your time is money. Well, actually, your time is more valuable than money. So no, social media is not free because money is a renewable resource. Your time is not. Put it in perspective. What's your hourly rate? What could you charge someone for work that you do? $30, $50 more? If you can charge $50 an hour for a client and you're spending 20 hours a week posting to social media, that's $1,000 a week of your time. Not so free, is it? Your time could be much better spent on other things. But the real point that I want to dig into in this episode is that as a new business just starting out, and even for established businesses, posting to social media every day will not magically grow your business. If you've had that thought, or if you're making this your focus, you are most definitely not alone. I actually haven't met one person starting their business that hasn't focused on social media. Literally, I did this too, and I realized how much it was actually costing me in terms of my time and how little it was actually doing for my business to take off. It's super easy to believe that, okay, if I post in all these places, then people will find me and I will eventually get people to notice me and eventually get customers. 10 years ago, posting to social media every day might have been a good strategy, but the way the algorithms work now, it's just not. By the way, my team and I call the algorithm Olga. I can't even say that name without sounding ugly. Olga. Olga, is someone that we don't talk fondly of because Olga can be a real bitch. Now that Olga has changed her ways, organic social media marketing today is not a traffic driving strategy. In other words, the purpose of it is not to get visibility for your brand outside of those who are already following you. And of those who do follow you, only a small fraction of those even see it. Let me break this down for you with a little scenario, with some sample numbers based on where Olga stands as of fall 2021. Shit changes all the time. So I'm saying fall 2021 because maybe Olga will change her ways later. All right, say you have 2,000 followers on Instagram. When you post something, here's how the algorithm works. Here's how Olga works. She first shows your post to those in your audience who are historically most engaged with your content. So only a very small fraction of those who are already following you. Based on how they engage, she then decides how many more people in your audience to share it with. She kind of opens it up a little bit more. The more people who show interest, the more people in your audience Olga shows your content to, your specific post to. Now, with a following of this size, odds are about 10 to 20% of your followers will see your post. But odds are when you're just starting out, your followers are not your ideal target audience. It's likely a mixed bag of your old college classmates, your family, and ex-boyfriends, let's be honest. So when you post something about your new business, they will not be interested in it. And therefore, it will not only not get seen by the vast majority of your audience, likely less than 10%, because Olga will deem it not good content, it won't be shown to anyone who is your target audience. Now, the more followers you have, the lower your reach gets. The bigger you get, the more jealous Olga gets. So say you have 10,000 followers, for example. Your organic reach trends down significantly to more like 3 to 5% who see each post. That's on Instagram. For a Facebook page, it's less than 2%. In a nutshell, posting organically to social media generally only gets seen by your existing audience, who are likely not even made up of your ideal target audience when you're just starting out. And since Facebook and Instagram can tell you are posting business-related stuff, a very insignificant fraction of that audience and potentially a small amount of that audience will even see it. Now on Instagram, you may potentially reach a small audience outside of your followers through the Explore page and through hashtags. But because of all the reasons I talked about, it is going to be so insignificant and so few of those people will actually take action on that post that it's not going to be worth it. So tell me, is that worth the time it takes for you to plan, create, and push out content every single day? Probably not. Now, of course, there are exceptions to every rule, and I know people will call them out if I don't. If your business model is centered around building an audience, like if you're a blogger or an influencer, then yeah, your content is your business, and creating an engaging experience through daily content is the heart of what you do, and you need to go on with your bad self. Unless you're like a powerhouse content creator in a niche that thrives on social media, it could take you years to grow your following and therefore your business by posting to social media alone. So if you're a new business with a small following, drop the post calendar, ignore the reels, and don't even attempt to do lives. 9 times out of 10, this will not get you the exposure that you need to the audience that you want to grow your business. So now the question you likely have is, okay, Laura, if this isn't what we should be doing, then what should we be doing in order to gain exposure for our business, in order to grow awareness and drive traffic? Well, I will tell you. Instead of dumping all of your precious time into social media content sent to your existing following, you should instead be focusing on traffic driving strategies that get you in front of new people that match your ideal target audience. All right, let me dive into this a little bit more. So I separate traffic driving strategies into 3 core buckets: paid ads, organic search, and collaborations. So paid ads are obvious. That's when you're like paying for ads on Facebook or Instagram or Google or YouTube, whatever. You're basically paying to get in front of your target audience, which honestly isn't an option for a lot of people that are just starting out, but I had to check that off the list. The other bucket is organic search. So that's where you create content, post on your blog, or you post to YouTube, or you post in Pinterest in order to rank organically on these search engines. So Google, YouTube, and Pinterest are search engines. So the people you want to target, hopefully, are actively searching for the type of content that you're creating. And so an organic content strategy would allow you to get exposure to these people for free on these platforms, as opposed to when you post on the social media platforms, Olga controls who sees it. And the third bucket, collaborations. And this is the secret, especially when you're just starting out, especially when you don't have a big budget. But honestly, this is the secret for every business of every size. And that is to gain exposure by getting in front of other people's audiences. So by being interviewed on someone else's podcast, by doing a giveaway with people that have followers that you want, by doing an Instagram live with someone, having someone repost your content. The reason I love collaborations more than organic search is organic search, so creating content and hoping that you appear in top search engines, it can take a lot of time to be able to rank in the top of a lot of these search engines. Can it be done? Absolutely. And is it a strategy I recommend for a lot of businesses? Absolutely. But when you're starting out, it's not where you should focus. The best, easiest, fastest way to grow your business for free is through collaborations. And I have an entire traffic driving strategy around this inside of My Biz U. If you're new here, My Biz U is an online program supporting women across the globe in starting their own businesses. And inside, I have an entire phase of the program where I walk you through getting in front of your ideal target audience and driving high quality traffic in the door without you having to spend all of your time and money doing it. Coming out of this, you will never have to worry about finding prospective customers. No complex marketing tactics, no posting to social media every day, none of that. Just high quality traffic that perfectly matches your ideal clients or customers coming in for free. So if you're interested in learning more, head to joinmybizu.com. Okay, to wrap it up, yes, you want a presence on social media, but you should be choosing one platform to focus on and stop posting to social media thinking that it will somehow grow your business, especially when you're just starting out. I want you to let go of the idea that spending 20 hours a week on social media posting content is going to single-handedly magically grow your business. If you want to gain exposure amongst your target audience and drive traffic to your business, then you need to pursue an actual strategy that's designed to get you in front of new people. Paid ads, organic search, or collaborations. And when you're just starting out, the best, fastest, free way to grow as a business is through collaborations. So getting in front of other people's audiences. Other people have already worked their buns off growing their audience, growing their business. Use what they've already built. I'd love for you to join the conversation. If you have an opinion or question on this topic, head on over to the Biz and Booze Crew Facebook community at bizandboozecrew.com. I might start a thread for you guys so that you can weigh in and get your questions answered on this topic because it is such a hot topic. I literally, like I said, I don't know a single person who's started their business or has a business that is not actively posting to social media and thinks that that's getting them something as a business. Girl, I love a good debate. If you have questions, if you want to chat about it, if you disagree, I'm all for it. So head to bizandboozecrew.com to join the convo. I hope to see you inside. Bye.